sale on now, Peacock Cross, Hamilton.
Look what's on!
There's fashion, there's household, and there's so much more in the Lewis's winter sale. Now on.
Want to know about buses, chemists, plumbers, or just someone to talk to? Then you can ring Festive Helpline on 041 or 031 332 1345.
You're watching Scottish television, and now with the time approaching 12:30, a roundup of today's news from ITN.
The news from ITN.
The dollar dives in the Far East and in Europe. The dollar got off to a shaky start on the European foreign exchanges this morning after record post-war lows in Tokyo overnight. Against the pound, the dollar was trading at 1.8640, down 3 cents since Christmas Day.
The city is preparing itself for a shock when trading begins again tomorrow. While market makers have been enjoying the Christmas holiday, their counterparts in Tokyo have been watching further crashes in share values and falls in the dollar. In the 3 days of trading since Christmas Eve, the Japanese share index has fallen by 4.5%. And despite intervention from the Bank of Japan, the dollar's been in free fall too. Traders there don't believe the Americans will jump in to support it. This morning, in quiet trading, European central banks have been doing their best to shore up the battered dollar. But all eyes will turn to see which way Wall Street goes when it opens this afternoon. On the first day of the crash in October, London saw almost no activity because of the hurricane that hit the southeast. It caught up with the rest of the world when it reopened on Black Monday. The city is hoping that tomorrow proves less traumatic.
President Reagan has called on the Soviet Union to end its occupation of Afghanistan in 1988. It followed a Soviet claim that government troops have broken the siege of Khost, the border city rebel troops had held for 8 years, and reopened road links to the provincial capital of Gardez.
The Russians have been battling to break the siege of Khost ever since they first marched into Afghanistan 8 years ago. A garrison town in a region controlled by Afghan rebels, it's important tactically and symbolically to both sides. The Russians have been showing American film of the fighting on Moscow TV news bulletins. They claim they've broken through. The rebels admit there is some truth in that claim, but say Soviet forces are still 6 miles from the actual town. Russian television last night carried a report from Kabul showing state security agents discovering a cache of arms intended, the report said, for use in an attack today on the Soviet embassy in the city. Otherwise, the streets of the capital appeared quiet on this anniversary of the occupation. In the world's capitals, though, Afghan exiles took to the streets in their thousands, here in Islamabad, calling for an end to Soviet intervention in Afghanistan.
A teacher from Suffolk has been sentenced to death in Burma for getting his Burmese cook to kill his wife. Thomas Andrew Kirkpatrick and the cook were found guilty of murder by Insane Township Court. Mrs. Kirkpatrick